I'm reviewing an absolute brilliant game. So it gets a 10 out of 10 for me. It's a great game. It's a very hard game. No, it's considered the hardest game. One of the hardest games ever made. Maybe the hardest by many. Probotector, which is basically Contra Hard Corps for Sega Genesis / Megadrive, but in Europe, it was changed to Probotector. I don't know why. I don't know why. But it's virtually Contra Hard Corps. The only difference is it's robots instead of humans. Now, part of this game is it has 6 endings, and I beat all the endings. Obviously, playing normal without cheating. And my favourite character is a small dude, Brownie. Well, he's not called Brownie in this, but he's the best character in the game for me. He's the best character. I beat with all characters when I got the joke ending because that ending's easy. I beat the joke ending with all the characters, but the rest of the endings, I only did it with a small robot, Brownie. I'll be honest, the other endings are hard, and I wouldn't do it with any other characters. The other characters, I would only be able to do it with Brownie. It's like Streets of Rage 3 in it. I mean, with Axel, I beat Streets of Rage 3 on normal and hard, but I'd only be able to do it with Axel. I won't be able to beat it with any of the other characters. It's the same as this. All the endings I beat, I wouldn't have been able to do with the other 3 characters. Brownie's the way to go. If you want an easy time beating this game without cheating, you want to pick Brownie. He's not called Brownie in this, but the small little robot. He's the best. He has a double jump. A lot of the shots missing. Sure, you'll have to learn enemy boss patterns, and you may die from time to time, but not too much with Brownie if you're good at gaming. But yeah, I beat all endings. I beat all 5. Well, there's one ending that's cut, unfortunately. I don't know why it's cut. I have no idea why. I was pissed off, but it's cut. It's in the NTSC version and Japanese version, but it's cut from this version. It's the bad ending where you can choose to side with the villain of the game. If you side with him, then that's the end of the game anyway. But that ending's unfortunately missing in this version. I don't know why, but that's the ending that's been removed. But I did all 5 of the other endings playing normally without cheating with Brownie. And I beat the joke ending quite a lot of times with all the characters because that's the only ending I could beat with all the characters. I never tried getting the other endings with the other characters, but I meant because they died when I did the joke ending. I wouldn't have been able to beat any of the other endings with the other 3 characters. That's how good Brownie is. Like I said with Streets of Rage 3, try and beat Streets of Rage 3 on normal or hard without anyone but Axel. I won't be able to do it. Same with this. Like Streets of Rage 3 you can get through easy because that's 5 stages for its cut. You can get through easy with all the characters, but normal or hard only be able to do it with Axel. And same with this. The joke ending you can do it with all the characters. I did it with all the characters, but the rest of the endings, the other 4 endings that are in this version, I'd only be able to do it with Brownie, and I did. But yeah, I beat all the endings of the game. I beat the game with all characters, the joke ending with all characters. I beat all the endings, the joke ending, and the rest with Brownie. I did all the endings with Brownie, the joke ending, and the rest of them, and I did also beat the joke ending with the other 3 characters. But they're downgrades to Brownie. So if you want to pick Brownie, it's my opinion. I know a lot of people like the chick, but I'm not a fan of her. Like, I'm not a fan of a wolf geezer. I'm not a fan of a console-looking dude. Well, in this, it's robots, but I know who it is, if you know what I mean. Brownie's the best geezer. But yeah, I beat with a game with all characters and joke ending, but the rest of the endings, the other 4, I beat with Brownie only. But yeah, the game is tough. It took me quite a lot. I got a game over on one of the endings where you go in the sky and fight an evil enemy in the shoot 'em up section. And one of the final boss looks like a boss in Gynog. He spits out worms, and he bangs his head down, and and you've got to like slide and make sure you don't fall off. For me, that's the hardest boss in the game. I struggle with that boss, and it has two forms, and you've got to fight the boss on the way there. That's the hardest boss for me, but it's my opinion. A lot of people struggle with the heart boss, where it's a woman at first and she turns ugly, and then you fight a heart. A lot of people struggle with that boss, but I think that boss is the hardest, the one I've just said. But it's my opinion. But yeah, I beat this game altogether, I'll be honest, 17 times. I had an absolute blast. I beat Joke Time for fun loads and loads of times with Brownie and 3 times the other characters, and I beat the rest of the endings with Brown and the other 3 characters. But yeah, I've beat Playing Known About Cheating, the hardest game, considered the hardest game ever made by many people. So yeah, I beat this game. I love the game. Would I play it again? Absolutely. The only thing I'm disappointed with is the fact in the PAL version they take the ending out, the bad ending, so I could only do five endings. I couldn't do the 6 because it's not in this version, it's excluded. If you don't believe me, look it up online. The bad ending is cut from this version. And I've seen a bad ending anyway. You can choose to ally with him. I've seen it on YouTube, and you get a bad ending, a dark picture with yourself and the boss, and then that's the end of the game. And it apparently gives you a chance to continue. So it's like a game over anyway, isn't it? Because you're not supposed to accept. But that's the only ending that's been cut. I'd buy the NTSC version of this game and play it, but Contra Hard Corps. This is Contra Hard Corps, but it's a PAL version, Probotector, however it's pronounced. I'd buy it now if I could. The NTSC version of Contra Hard Corps, the original one with the humans. But problem is, it's the region lots. This won't play in the USA, and their version, Contra Hard Corps, won't work on a PAL Megadrive. So I'm not going to be able to ever play the NTSC version. But that's the only ending that I couldn't do because it's not in this version. Anything else I want to say about this great game? Definitely a brilliant game. You want to play it. But this version is definitely a downgrade to the Contra Hard Corps, not because it has an ending missing. It also has scenes missing, cut scenes missing. Loads of things missing, unfortunately. So it's like the downgraded version of the NTSC version, the original version, and the Japanese version. But it's still a great game. But it's just the USA version and Japanese version is better. But I can't play them versions because the region lots. So I played the game, but only the PAL version. But definitely have to go through this game again. I beat all the endings with, like I said, I beat all the endings with Brownie, the small robot dude, and I beat the joke ending with all the characters. And I beat the other endings and I beat the joke ending with Brownie, and I beat the other endings with Brownie. Definitely the best character in the game. I think that's him right there, in the PAL version. But yeah, an absolute amazing game. Video's been nearly 10 minutes long. I've been explaining everything. The game's absolutely brilliant. Worth your time. Give it a shot. Get an official rating of 10 out of 10. It's made by Konami. A 10 out of 10. I beat the game 17 times. I have to go through it again for sure. And I'll be honest, in future when I play this game before I end it, because I've done all the endings, because it's the easiest ending to get the joke ending. If I've ever played it again, I'll probably just go for the joke ending. I've done the other endings. A lot of the endings are difficult, so I beat them, but a lot of them are hard, and you want to go through them endings again because they're difficult. And you only get, in this version, the PAL version, you only get, in the NTSC version, I believe you get 5 continues. In this one, you only get 4. And this is the same as the USA version. There's no health bar. You get it once, you lose a life. You can gain extra lives when you beat bosses and enemies, but you don't get an health bar in this game. You can earn extra lives, but you can't get extra continues. And you don't have an health bar. And the Japanese version, I'm told you get unlimited continues and you get an health bar. Where in the NTSC version and this version, the PAL version, you can earn extra lives, but you can't earn continues and you don't have an health bar. And our version, the PAL version, is even harder than the NTSC version because the fact they get 5 continues, we get 4. So we've got the hardest version for sure. So I beat basically the hardest version. But like I said, I'd love to play the NTSC version of Contra I Corps, but that ain't going to happen because the region locked. I could buy it, sure, but just like throwing money down the toilet, innit? Because it won't work on my PAL Megadrive. I've checked, it's region locked. Anyway, thanks for watching. The game's absolutely brilliant. Definitely have to go for the game again with a joke ending with Browner. That's the only ending I'd probably go for in the future because we've done all the other endings and a lot of them are hard, but the joke ending I'd definitely have to go for again with Browner. Peace out.